This isn't the only issue that voters through the ballot initiative process passed, and then the legislative process then has gummed that up. Some have suggested that your legal and political tax on citizen initiatives then chills the people's right to petition their government when their government fails to act. And when you undermine the will of the people, it contributes to voter apathy.
Oh, it's a great question. I appreciate you asking it. Let me address the two pieces of your question. First is on the legislative side. The Constitution does allow the legislature to make some amendments. It has a provision that says you can modify it if you have 33 or more votes on final reading. So the Constitution does contemplate the legislature being the policy body that it is and maybe making some revisions to the people. I know there's been criticisms of the legislative process this year on those. I can't speak to those. Let me address your question about my actions. And what I would tell people is actually, in fact, what we are doing is ensuring the integrity of the process. Everyone has to have confidence, in my view, whether you agree with this particular issue or not, Dan, that the petition process, the end result of which is to pass laws that bind you and me and everyone else who's listening to this in the state of Nebraska with the power of potentially criminal punishment if we violate. When the legislature makes laws, we can see who's there, how they vote, there's accountability. The petition process is less so. And it is critically important that the people who execute the petition process follow the law. And there are a lot of laws. And I would say, for people listening to this, this is the only petition, and there were other petitions that I didn't vote for, and none of those petitions had any issues. There were no investigations, there were no inquiries, there was no allegation of wrongdoing. This was a petition that was an outlier. If I'm the referee and there's a 55-yard field goal, they kick it, they win the game with 2 seconds left. I'm the referee and I see someone on the left side of the line jump or there's a hold. I have to follow the law there. And I have to call that penalty, even if it's an amazing kick and the crowd's wild and it's like this amazing, Cinderella story for the victory of the underdog, whatever it might be. I have to follow the law because people need to have confidence that every aspect of the process is being followed the right way. And the only way that they can is when the regulators, the people charged with holding people accountable and reviewing what they believe to be misconduct, actually act. And that's all that we did here.